So you were in Vegas over the weekend with Josh Morrow. You have any money left?
Fortunately, this time I took Vegas for a couple bucks.
Nice.
I don't think that ever happens. Good for you.
Yeah, I quit while the going was good.
That's the best advice, and that takes some serious willpower to do that. To go, I'm up, let's leave.
That's right. I usually just play like $20 in the quarter slots. That's my gambling.
Now,
the way I look at it, I just took back some of the money they've taken from me over the years.
Good. That's karma. That's casino karma for you.
That's it.
The cast, Michael, the cast of Y&R, you guys seem to have just a great chemistry from what we see on screen and from the photos of the events that you guys all attend together. How much do you love going into work every day?
Oh, man, I feel like a kid being let out to recess. You know, it's about a 15-minute drive to work for me, and sometimes I can't even concentrate. I won't even turn on music because I just won't even be listening to the song. I'm thinking about just pulling up to CBS and starting my day. It's fun. I'm really thankful for being a professional actor. You know, it's a dream at one point, and then years later you realize you're just living the dream that you set out to achieve, and it's you know, I couldn't be happier. I'm blessed. I must have done something right in a past life because there's a lot of good in my life.
That's really cool. You know, on Twitter, we follow you and Josh Morrow, who plays Nick Newman. You guys have a lot of fun at each other's expense, and with insults being thrown back and forth. Anything that Magic 100 listeners would be shocked to know about Josh, and you feel free to embellish. There's never any chance this will get back to him.
Oh, yeah, no, this is just a private little conversation we're having.
That's it.
Hey, so between me and you and maybe a few 100,000 million other people, no, I would say that Joshua is just about one of the most genuine, generous, patient, kind guys you could meet. He really is like a big brother to me. And the interesting thing was the day that I met him, I think it was the first or second day I was on the set 2.5 years ago. I told myself I will not like this guy. I don't like him. He's this good-looking stud guy on his show, and he's probably a punk. And I'm here to just work and be a very serious actor, and I don't need any crap from anybody with egos. And as much as I wanted not to like the guy, I couldn't help it. After a while, you just, you know, you can't help it.
Magic 100 brought him to town a number of years ago, and I waited in line for like 2 hours to get his autograph for my wife. And I said to him, I'm like, dude, I'm not here for me. I'm here for my wife. And he looked back to me and says, yeah, dude, I hear that all the time.
Still didn't keep you out of the doghouse.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I'm told that by pretty much every guy, the same thing. And after a while, I just sort of let them live their lie, and I still will take a picture with them and whatnot. Sure, for your wife, for your girlfriend. Yeah, I've had guys stop me. Well, I don't even. Where was I? I'm like, where was I yesterday? I was in Vegas, of course. I got stopped by a group of guys that all wanted to take a picture with me in the elevator, and they all said, you know, my girlfriend makes me watch the show with you. And I said, so they make you watch it. Is there anything you make them watch? And one of the guys was like, y'all need to shut up. Y'all make your girl watch Young and the Restless with you. And I was like, finally, somebody's just admitting it. You know, you watch the show, you can't help it.
That's right. They just need to come out and be honest about it. So they're men and they like Y&R. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, there's men on Y&R. There's things to watch on the show. Caters to everybody.
Exactly.
Oh no, trust me, I get stuck watching it all the time.
You get
because
stuck.
My wife PVRs it all, so we watch it. But there's some eye candy too for us too.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it goes both ways. So, Michael, you're on Twitter a lot. How do you like the instant interaction with fans?
Well, I have to actually credit Shaquille O'Neal for Twitter for me. I'll never forget a picture that I saw that he put up on Twitter. It was about 3.5 years ago. I got on Twitter. A friend of mine had been working on me for quite some time, for almost a year, to get on. I wouldn't do it. I didn't see the value in it. And I started following Lance Armstrong and Shaquille O'Neal just to see what Twitter was all about. And Shaquille O'Neal was on the road at an away game, and he was just bored in his hotel room one night, the night before the game, and he had a beard, and he shaved half of it on one half of his face off.
Yeah.
And he took a picture of himself just sitting there in bed and said, "I'm bored, here's what I did." And I thought, this is unbelievable. It feels to me as though Shaquille O'Neal sent me a picture text saying, "Hey, Michael, look at this." And I thought, this is what I like about Twitter, is that it seems it's as personal and personable, I think, as you can get with social media. It just it feels so one-on-one. So I thought, that's it. I'm sold. He was being goofy. It made sense. I enjoyed it so much that by the next day I was tweeting.
And my wife, actually, when it was announced that you were coming to Ottawa for the National Women's Show, my wife tweeted it. You retweeted her, and she hasn't stopped talking about, "Oh my God, he retweeted me." I'm like, get over yourself.
Really? I retweeted your wife?
You did. She was
Is that against the law? And is there something, did I just ruin a marriage? I mean,
no, you strengthened it.
Yeah, did I?
Yeah, C. Bernardi was very, very happy when you retweeted her.
I want a bumper sticker that said, "I'll retweet your wife."
That'd be hot. Come on.
We're going to work on that. Okay, speaking of Twitter, and my wife has asked, when you talk to him, please ask Billy Miller to get a Twitter account.
It's not going to happen. The thing is, it's good for some people's personality, and other people know, and some people maybe are a little bit more shy and come out of their shell a little bit later. But I get a few people asking me about other cast members or whatever. I'm like, what do you think I am? What am I, like the ringleader or something? I'm not going to let everyone do what they need to do. And if this guy doesn't want to get a Twitter account, I mean, it's 2011, almost 2012. If he hasn't gotten a Twitter account by now, I don't think he's going to. Then again, who knows? Maybe he could get hit in the head real hard a month and wake up and decide he wants to do it. But I don't mind being a conduit and speaking for some people if they ever wanted me to say anything on Twitter. But everybody at their own pace. People ask about Sharon as well, and I don't know. It's for some, and it might not be for others. But all I can do is speak for myself. And as much as I've got such a big mouth and I like to talk a lot and goof off, that Twitter's good for me. I think it might be dangerous for other people, though.
Well, we also have, of course, Magic 100 has a Twitter account and a Facebook account. We don't have time to get to all the questions. We'll only have time for maybe one or two from our Facebook friends who, when we posted your photo, we said, we're going to be talking to Michael Muni. What are your questions? And one of them was about Sharon.
Yeah, it was actually, Michael. So since your character is totally over Sharon, who would you like to see Adam hook up with on the show?
Well, I've been seriously, personally pushing for a fantastic, just a torrid love affair with Jeannie Cooper, with Kay Chancellor. I think that would be so smoking hot. and every time I bring that up, she's swatting her hands at me, telling me, "Yo, you shut up. You just stop that now." I do at least push for that, and no one seems to listen to that.
They're not taking you up on that one, eh? That'd be quite the romance.
All right.
No, but in all seriousness, I think that Adam is always going to have a soft spot for Sharon, the way he does his mother, because there's a lot of comparisons that he, in his own head, draws between the two of them. And so as much as he might want to, and does at times, try and ignore that he was raised by his mother, and go to the dark side sometimes and want to, just wish it away, he's drawn back towards his mother and is this powerful force that way. And I think there's a sort of a similar parallel sort of a diagram there with he and Sharon. At the same time, I think that if he were going to be drawn to another woman, it would be probably the exact same reason that he's drawn away from his mother, that maybe there's like a darkness in a woman that he finds, or a spunk or a spark that's someone who's really sort of tough and plays Adam's game the way Adam plays it.
Do you follow at all what fans say on the message boards about Adam?
Yeah, no, I do. I mean, I find it informative. I like to look around. I've never gone to the CBS or the Sony boards or anything like that. I've heard that some of these places are pretty unregulated, and there's some crazies out there that say some pretty ridiculous things that get very personal. But I do try and go to places where I can find people who are level-headed, well-spoken, articulate, and have sort of good input with the character or the show. Because, to me, being an old theater guy from Chicago, you put on a play. When you're done, you walk out, and there's the people who are still hanging around after the play who want to talk to you about it, and you get that instant input from audience.
Yeah.
And so I like that kind of information. To me, the message boards are the closest thing to getting, to walking out of a play when you're done, and there's people hanging around that want to discuss what you did, maybe what they liked, what they didn't, what moved them. And so you realize what you can do more of the very next night that you put your show back on, and it's good for me. I enjoy it, and I've got thick skin, so I can deal with some of the crazy stuff that I see.
So from going from the work life back to the personal life as a dad with 2 kids, what's the best piece of parenting advice you've ever received?
Well, I don't know if I received any parenting advice. I think my parents taught by example, and so they just were good parents. And so I kind of got a good idea, a good picture of how to be a good parent. But I know that I try and leave as much of who I am at work, and then I try and, I be as much of a dad at home as I can. So I'm a very compartmentalized person. If I'm at the gym, I'm there to torture myself and sweat and jump rope. If I'm at home, I'm there to just sort of like unabashedly love and sort of be a good influence on them. And right now at the age they're at, I'm basically just sort of like a jungle gym that I know Dad comes home, he throws his bag down, and I just lay on the floor, and then they come climb on me, and it's tickle time. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
You have women falling in love with you all over again after that.
Michael Mooney is Adam Newman from Y&R in town this Saturday at the National Women's Show presented by Magic 100. We're looking forward to that. We couldn't get to all the questions. I'm sure your fans will be asking you all the things that they want to know about Y&R on the weekend. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. I've told people on Twitter, free hugs for all. So when I see anybody, even if I'm not at the show, I'm on the way there and people spot me, and welcome to come right up to me. I'm a pretty approachable guy. I'm obviously nothing like my character, so I'm looking forward to hang out with some Canadians this next weekend.
Perfect. Free hugs. Thank you.
I love it.
Thanks, Michael. Really
all right,
appreciate
guys.
this.
Thanks a lot.
Have a great day.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you guys.